Hi, this is Bob from Hobby Concepts, and today I've got the new Volvo FH16 kit from Tamiya. We're going to unbox it. We'll take a look at the individual trees. We'll look at the instructions page by page, kind of go through the kit and show you what's in here, and then we'll build the kit in an upcoming video. Beautiful new kit, short chassis, single rear axle, very maneuverable. Really good looking. Love this beautiful blue paint. So we'll probably paint it similar when we build it, but today it's all about just unboxing, taking a quick look. Let's get started. Alright, so here is this new FH16. The box art is just beautiful. They have really stepped it up a notch with these pictures, and this one is gorgeous. Probably going to sell a lot of trucks just from this beautiful box art. So a couple things I want to point out just looking at the top of the box before I even open it up. Driver figure included. That's not obviously in every kit, and that's kind of nice. Short little cab. It's going to be interesting to see how much room there is in it. But something I really like here is this light bar up at the top. Now every other kit, and down here at the bottom, so every other kit I've seen that Tamiya's ever done has had individual lights up on there. You know, like maybe 5 lights. And this has a long bar that's obviously got a lens that simulates little LEDs in it, and the same down here. Really nice looking, really modern looking. So I think that's pretty cool. Huge mirrors, beautiful looking truck. So, and obviously single rear axle, something they haven't done for a while. Now on the side of the box here, they give you the typical Tamiya. You know, here you can buy an MFC03 and put in it to get sound, and we'll talk about that later. And then on the other side of the box, they show it with a trailer, and here they show it with the freezer trailer. Actually, if that is a scale drawing, which I believe it is, it looks pretty darn nice. So then they give you a few options, you know, plated gearboxes, trailer legs, different motor, ball bearings, all the normal stuff. Okay, let me reposition my camera and we'll slide this box open. Okay. Get this lid off. And there we go. Typical beautiful Tamiya packaging inside. You've got all the separate boxes that they typically do. Area underneath where, I know you guys don't care about it, but I like it because I can throw things in there when I ship people kits. And so now what we'll do is we'll pop out these pieces individually and take a look at them and talk about them. So let's take a look at some of this. Well, the first piece, of course, is the body. And it's actually not as short as I thought. It's pretty good size. So it should be easy enough to hide some things in here, including an MFC. Although, when I build this kit next week, I will probably use a Buyer MSM. Smaller and has more features. So there's your body mold. Looks really nice, molded in Volvo on the back here. They continue to just improve their pieces with every new kit. Now here's the top cap, and that's I think why the body looked shorter to me originally, was the body was so tall. It makes it look shorter this way. But the top cap, it's got a kind of a rundown angle there. It looks pretty nice. And then you've got the upper piece of arrow here, and then the front face with the lights and the cutouts for the light bars. Okay, there's those two pieces. Got our clear plastic tree here with, this is just the windows, and looks like the upper visor is clear. And they've done that on some kits. I usually wind up painting those with semi-flat black. That's your window molds. Okay. Next piece are aero pieces of the body. We've obviously got our rear lights. And then aero parts. These are the aero pieces that go along the back edge of the body, I'm sure. Something like that. Probably that way. Chassis floor, body floor pieces. And then additional aero side skirts, the front grill bumper. Boy, huge, tall headlights. Those look really nice. That's gonna be a sharp looking truck. First chrome pieces. There's some spotlights. And some of our grill inserts in the headlights. The headlights look like they've got cutouts for several bulbs. Battery tray. Wheels. It's interesting. Oh yeah, there's only one set of rear dualies. That's why. Additional trim pieces. These would be like the side boxes that go behind the aero. And there's our coupler, body or frame parts, the tree that everybody recognizes that has the front hub carriers and the servo attachments. These are the rear parts of the frame. Interesting how what they've done here is they've taken a tree from another kit and they have just blocked off this part of it here because whatever parts were here they didn't need. There's the front rims. Transmission housing and the rear axle housing. There's only one. Rear fenders. All these parts look pretty familiar if you've looked at Aero or Euro trucks before. Now I love these. This is aluminum plated parts. I just think it's so nice that Tamiya does these parts in aluminum. They look so good. And so we've got our mirror brackets and a couple of other pieces, some trim pieces. Just beautiful steps. Really nice. And then our driver figure. Used to him. Okay, next we've got a box with additional parts here. Let's get this open. Oh boy. Okay, lots of stuff in here. If you set it up here so I can pull them out one at a time so you can see them. These are the body, the lower edges of the body, and they have little inserts so they could be lit. That's got to be the Nerf bar that goes on the roof that holds the lights. Here's our, I'm going to open this one up. This is our light bars I was talking about. Now, this is probably going to be hard for you to see. These are the inserts for the body Nerf bars, but then this upper light bar and lower light bar have got, wow, they are a solid, that's a solid piece. It doesn't have a, I thought it would be inset in the back for LEDs, but it's not. It's a solid piece, about a 1/4 inch square. The bottom one does have some, no, it's solid also. Both solid pieces. Those are nice. There's our interior. Boy, good looking seats. The dash is amazing. Well, I can tell right now when I build this I'm going to have to light up the dash because it is just beautiful. I bet the decal for it looks good too. The seats look really nice too. Wow. Next tree we've got our front fenders, our air intakes, some more trim pieces, antennas. If you built a Tamiya truck, you recognize the transmission internals. I don't need to talk about those. We've got some light lenses. They have these nice dual colored taillight lenses where they've got a clear insert and then the red outside. The old kits used to have to paint them. That's nice. And additional tanks and air containers, etc. Super cute little frame, very short. What do we got there? Just a little over 15 inches. And then we'll open this up and look at it. Pop the plastic bag off of this, but what we've got here are the just absolutely gorgeous photo etched grill parts, stainless steel. This has got a bend in it in the upper. Boy, really nice, really nice. That's just going to add some real beauty to the front of this truck. Okay. Now let's take a look at the hardware parts. Alright, the hardware box. First thing we notice is it doesn't have as many tires as most kits. It does have the super wides for the front. Okay, so you get super wide tires on the front and the standard width tires in the rear. And then your typical parts bags. They always put that shift rod in separate. Battery extension, don't worry about that. And then we have our standard hardware bags. Typical, I'm sure, of the new kits. The instructions are designed so that you open one bag at a time. So in other words, when we're beginning the kit, we'll open bag A and then B, C, and so on and so forth. The true hardware bags will be in the back, the body parts. That'll be the transmission, and then this is the bag that has the grease and the gel and the tools. Double sticky tape, well, lots of double sticky tape. And of course what I consider to be completely useless motor. Alright, that's the contents of the kit. Now let's go through the manual page by page. So let's flip through the manual one page at a time. Typical Tamiya manual, a warning page here. Okay. Page 1 and 2, obviously bag A, we'll do our servo setup and some of the frame setup. You can see it's got the typical standoffs for the aero parts. Nothing terribly new in here. All this is exactly the same as every other Euro kit. Front suspension. Now we're into bag C, which would be the rear axle. There's only one. Other than that, it builds up just completely normal. And then the springs, of course, are slightly different because you've got mounting holes for the axle blocks right on the spring, since there's only a single axle. Transmission, getting into D bag here. Standard transmission setup as all the other Euro trucks and American trucks. And the battery tray, which mounts crossways underneath the frame down here, which is also like the Euro trucks and the Aeromax. So here we get into the FH16 parts. Got our rear light assemblies. Now, they also start to have MFC instructions. So if you're using an MFC01 or an MFC03, they will tell you which lights to put where in the rear bumper. There's our rear fenders. There's the floor pan for the body with the splash guards in it. There's our interior floor. Okay, and here's some of the aero parts. Now it also has really nice light holders in the side aero parts. Again, they're giving you some instructions for MFC LED use. Side tanks, arrow on the other side, and the tanks, the coupler. Uses this little open plate for the rear coupler. Okay, and then MFC mounting instructions. Now they give you a little bracket that mounts right in here, so the MFC can mount up against the bracket and the vibration unit can mount off to the side. So that means you can mount the MFC in here and still have the interior part, so there's plenty of room. Well, there's room. I'm sure it'll be a tight fit, but there's room. And then they give you the MFC layout for the pins, how to run the wiring. I've seen this on other new kits and it works pretty good. Okay, there's our front tires and rear tires assembly and installed. And then here's the body, and they're talking about the body here. They are suggesting, let's see, what color? TS54, and then the TS29 is semi-gloss black. So TS54 is that blue. I don't know what color I'm going to paint mine, but that blue sure looks pretty on here. Window installation, front, the front of the top cap. All this looks very familiar to the more recent Euro kits. Now the light bar. Now the light bar has a bucket with this piece that fits in here, and then this is interesting, it has an LED at each end. So what the LED at the end does is it illuminates this bucket and then lights up the whole light bar all the way across. Now that's fascinating. I'm going to have fun seeing how that works, but if it works good, that'll look really, really nice. You'll have this nice light bar at the top with only 2 LEDs in it. Upper cap, some of the aero parts here. The speaker is designed to mount in the top cap, so that again makes it easier to set up the interior. Here's the dash. Over here is the layout of the decals on the dash. That dash is really pretty. See, they've done a 2-color paint job there as well, which is probably something I'll do. The aero parts in the seats. There's a driver figure. This is interesting. They even have a how to glue the driver figure together and how many millimeters apart to put the hands. Okay, I haven't seen that good of instructions on the driver figure before. Windshield wipers, and then here's our front clip with the trim pieces, and then here's all of our light buckets. And you can see there's a ton of lights in here. So they're telling you which bulbs to use with an MFC01 and MFC03. If you use an MFC01 or 03, you will not be able to light up everything you want to. They just do not have enough capability. But you can light it up pretty well. The grill, which those photo etch parts are beautiful. And then here they're talking about setting up the servo for the coupler. I will do my own. We'll talk about that when I build this truck. And then the rear plate. In the back of the instructions here we have the typical Tamiya setup where it gives you the parts tree number and shows you the layout. So if you're having problems finding a part, You can just find the tree here, like the W tree, and find the part on there. Find what the tree looks like. Here's the typical layout of all the hardware parts. These are nice because they're full size. You can lay parts on them to identify them. And the screw parts, miscellaneous parts, metal parts, and then the back page. Now, it doesn't have the part number listings because they have put that on a separate sheet right here. 2 pages of part number listings. And then here's the decal sheet. Really looks nice. I like these dash decals. I actually like all the decals. And then they have these really pretty FH16 decals in silver. I will actually use the decal sheet when I build this truck. I don't normally do that, but I like these so much I'm going to. They have decals that fit over the, looks like the rear tail lights to give it all the look-through effects. And then these are actually metal stickers for the 750 and for the Volvo. So that's the decal sheet. Well, there you have it. Quick peek at the new Volvo FH16 kit from Tamiya. Super cool, short, be very maneuverable, single rear axle, really cool light bars, beautifully molded parts. This grill is amazing with the photo etch parts. This should be a really cool little truck when it's built. I'm going to build this right away, probably next, so we'll have a build video up on it soon, and we'll light it up and see how the light bar works and kind of how everything fits together. But yeah, really great new kit from Tamiya. Yes, we all want Tamiya to do some US long-nose trucks. Maybe someday, we can hope. But anyway, there we go. Thanks for watching. Links down in the description if you're interested in this kit. And please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. That helps with the YouTube rankings. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.